Good evening, and welcome to the Crypto Overnighter. I'm Nicodemus, and I will be your host as we take a look at the latest cryptocurrency news and analysis. So sit back, relax, and let's get started. And remember, none of this is financial advice. And it's 10 p.m. Pacific on Saturday, October 7th, 2023. Welcome back to the Crypto Overnighter, where we have no sponsors, no hidden agendas, and no BS. But we do have the news, so let's talk about that. Tonight, we're diving deep into the corridors of power, from the U.S. Capitol's shifting dynamics to regulatory bodies like the CFTC locking horns with crypto firms. We'll also explore recent security lapses that rattle the crypto world and discuss the latest efforts by traditional financial giants to get a piece of the blockchain pie. Buckle up, it's going to be quite the ride. In a recent shakeup at the U.S. Capitol, Congressman Tom Emmer's bid for House leadership has been seen as a good sign for crypto, potentially laying the foundation for more crypto-friendly regulations. Tom Emmer is a Minnesota Republican and the majority whip. He's eyeing a higher role in the House. With the ousting of former Speaker Kevin McCarthy, Emmer is reportedly vying for House Majority Leader or even the top position as Speaker. This could be a game-changer for crypto legislation. Emmer's been a staunch supporter of crypto bills, and his rise could mean a push to get some crypto-friendly laws across the finish line. Perry Boring is the CEO of the Chamber of Digital Commerce. She praised Emmer's efforts. She said, quote, "We're looking forward to seeing what this means for the future of our industry." Emmer's past legislative efforts include the Securities Clarity Act, which aims to define tokens that fall between commodity and security. He's also been critical of the SEC's approach to digital assets, calling out Chair Gary Gensler for his, quote, "regulation by harassment" approach. Also, Emmer is not a fan of central bank digital currencies. He introduced a bill last month to prohibit the Federal Reserve from issuing a CDBC directly to individuals. On the other side of the coin, we have an opinion piece from Blockworks suggesting that McCarthy's exit means nothing for crypto. The article argues that the ascent of Patrick McHenry as Speaker pro tempore is not a boon for crypto. McHenry's role is merely procedural, and he's not joining the race for Speaker. The article also points out that Emmer supported McCarthy and is already backing Steve Scalise for Speaker. The ousting of Kevin McCarthy and the potential rise of Tom Emmer could be a pivotal moment for crypto legislation. Emmer's track record shows a clear understanding of the crypto space, something that's been lacking in U.S. politics. His stance against CDBCs aligns well with the crypto community's distrust of centralized financial systems. However, it's essential to temper optimism with realism. The Blockworks article rightly points out that a political game of musical chairs won't fundamentally alter the regulatory landscape. But what it misses is the importance of having crypto-savvy politicians in positions of power. Emmer's potential rise could mean a more informed dialogue around crypto, which is a step in the right direction. While McHenry's temporary role as Speaker might not be a game-changer, his good relationship with Emmer could be beneficial in pushing crypto-friendly bills. But let's not forget, Emmer is backing Scalise, another heavyweight, for the Speaker role. This adds a layer of complexity to the crypto legislative outlook. While McCarthy's exit might not be a seismic shift, the potential rise of crypto-friendly politicians like Emmer could be a slow but steady win for the crypto community. It's a nuanced situation, and as always, the devil is in the details. So we've got some optimism brewing in the U.S. Capitol, but it's not all roses and rainbows. Buckle up, because not everybody's playing nice. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button to stay in the loop. The Commodity Futures Trading Commission is reportedly considering enforcement actions against the former CEO of Voyager Digital. The CFTC's Enforcement Division internally recommended that the agency accuse Stephen Ehrlich of breaking derivatives laws. The accusation centers on misleading customers about the safety of their assets. The 5 CFTC commissioners are now voting on whether to approve this enforcement action within the next few days. Ehrlich responded, and he is not taking this lightly. He's angered and perplexed by the government's anticipated civil claims, calling them unfounded. In his words, quote, "Day in and day out, Voyager worked closely with relevant regulators." He accused the CFTC of making new rules and then calling foul after the game is ended. Ehrlich is looking forward to being vindicated in court. Voyager filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection following an extended period of volatility in the crypto industry. This downturn was sparked in May 2022 with the collapse of the Terra blockchain, wiping $40 billion in value off the market. Ehrlich claims that Voyager's customers and creditors were scammed due to the actions of others in the crypto industry. This isn't just about one man or one company. This is a glaring example of the regulatory overreach that many in the community have been warning about. The CFTC's move against Ehrlich could set a precedent, and not a good one. It's a classic case of the government flexing its muscles, attempting to control a space that was designed to be uncontrollable. Ehrlich's case is a reminder that even if you think you're playing by the rules, the referees, and by that I mean the government, can change those rules at any time. And when they do, they won't hesitate to come after you. So what's next? The CFTC's got its sights set on Voyager, but the crypto landscape itself is under threat. Security lapses that can't be ignored are up next. If you like the insights, smash that like button. Stars Arena is a FriendTech clone, an application based on the Avalanche blockchain. Unfortunately, they witnessed a heavy loss of 3 million AVAX tokens, which translates to around $2.9 million. A hacking incident has left many questioning the security measures in place. Although a significant amount was drained from Stars Arena, the silver lining here is that none of the funds in the users' wallets were drained. They all remain untouched. What we know is the attackers exploited a smart contract, making off with 3 million AVAX tokens. They were left with just under $1 in their coffers. Stars Arena launched just over a week ago. It quickly gained what can only be described as a cult following among the Avalanche community. Some users even earned as much as 1,000 AVAX in trading fees from the platform. This popularity also bumped the price of AVAX tokens by as much as 6% during the week. Like I said, Stars Arena is essentially a clone of FriendTech, except FriendTech is on the Ethereum blockchain. Both platforms allow users to purchase keys or shares of popular users in exchange for access to closed chat rooms. These shares are volatile, and some users have been trading them like tokens to make a profit. The problem here is security. Despite warnings from users about potential security issues, the developers seem to downplay those concerns. Even Ava Labs employees seem to hype the app. Their founder stated that a potential breach had already been fixed. Well, we know how that turned out. The price of AVAX surged by 8.3% in 24 hours and nearly 17% in a week, thanks to Stars Arena. Transactions on the platform surged by nearly 40% and volume increased by 248% in 24 hours, touching $3.86 million. The app allows users to link their Twitter accounts and trade profile tokens, which contributed to the surge in blockchain activity and the AVAX price jump. And this isn't their first rodeo. Stars Arena has previously been exploited. The hackers got away with around $2,000. The app's official Twitter account claimed the exploit had been fixed, but also warned that they were at war with malicious actors. Stars Arena has been criticized for adding new attack vectors in their unverified fork of FriendTech. So what's the takeaway? Crypto markets remain a hotbed for poor security practices and criminal activity. In 2023 alone, hacks and exploits accounted for some $1.3 billion in value lost. Stars Arena's security fiasco is a wake-up call. But let's pivot to something a bit more positive. Tokenized securities. They're bringing Wall Street into the blockchain. Go ahead and follow for more of these insights. Switzerland-based Bakkt Finance has launched its tokenized short-term U.S. Treasury offering on Coinbase's Base blockchain. This is the first real-world asset token to be issued on Base, an Ethereum Layer 2 blockchain. Bakkt's new crypto token, BLB01, is a blockchain-based version of BlackRock's short-term U.S. Treasuries ETF. It offers a 5.25% annual yield. But hold your horses, U.S. investors. You're restricted from buying this token. This offering is only open to qualified investors and licensed distributors who've cleared Bakkt's KYC and AML checks. Tokenization of real-world assets is a hot trend. It's wrapping traditional financial instruments like government bonds in token form and then putting them on blockchains. The market for such assets could explode to $16 trillion by 2030. U.S. Treasuries are a gateway for these efforts. They're sought after for their high yield and low risk status. The tokenized treasuries market has grown sixfold this year. Bakkt chose Base for its low-cost, developer-friendly environment. The code is interoperable with Ethereum, but transaction fees are 10 times cheaper. Operating under Swiss DLT law, Bakkt issues tokens that function as ERC20 tokens. These track the value of different assets, including treasury ETFs and corporate bond ETFs. They're collateralized by the underlying asset and can be freely transferred across wallets. Bakkt has previously issued tokens on Ethereum and Gnosis chains with a combined market cap of over $37 million. Now, they've expanded to Base. Back's BLB01 tokens track the investment results of a short-term iShares Treasury Bond ETF. These tokens can be purchased by investors and licensed resellers onboarded with Bakkt. But remember, these assets are not registered with the SEC, so they're off-limits to U.S. residents. Bakkt's move is a significant step in the tokenization of securities on public blockchains. It challenges traditional finance and central banks. It's also a testament to the power and potential of decentralized finance. The future is tokenized, and it's happening now. As Bakkt leads the way in tokenization, traditional finance isn't sitting idly by. The Basel Committee wants banks to reveal their crypto cards. Turn on those notifications to stay updated. And this is our cover story for tonight. The Basel Committee on Banking Supervision, following the banking crisis earlier in 2023, is considering necessitating banks to disclose their holdings in crypto assets. This move comes after claiming that holding cryptocurrencies was a contributing factor to the downfall of several banks such as Silicon Valley Bank, Signature Bank, and First Republic Bank. The Basel Committee sets norms for traditional finance. They're now pushing for banks to disclose their crypto asset holdings. This comes after a turbulent year that saw the collapse of crypto exchange FTX and digitally focused lenders like Signature and Silicon Valley banks. The committee aims to cut contagion by making these holdings public. The committee partly blames the sudden popularity of crypto for the collapse of these banks. They're calling it the most significant system-wide banking stress since the 2008 financial crisis. That's quite the statement. The Basel Committee includes bank supervisors from 23 global jurisdictions, including the US, the UK, and the European Union. They're planning to publish a consultation paper soon. This paper will propose a set of disclosure requirements related to banks' crypto asset exposures. This is on top of their existing capital requirements for digital assets that were finalized last December. Now, the way I see it here, the real victims here are the banks like Signature Bank. The committee's report states that Signature, quote, failed to understand the risk of its association with and reliance on crypto industry deposits. The Basel Committee isn't just stopping at disclosure. They're also considering limiting crypto assets and bank reserves to just 2%. That's a pretty tight leash, and it's one that could choke innovation in the crypto space. Now first, this is a clear sign that traditional finance is feeling the heat from the rise of crypto. They're scrambling to put rules in place. But let's not forget, these are the same institutions that have been slow to adapt to the digital age. Second, this could be a double-edged sword. While transparency is generally good, the committee's actions could stigmatize crypto, making it a pariah in the eyes of traditional finance. So the committee's new plans are a mixed bag. On one hand, they could bring more transparency to the banking sector's involvement in crypto. On the other, they could also stifle innovation and make crypto a scapegoat for the failures of traditional finance. The regulatory glare is intensifying, not just for banks, but for crypto giants like Binance. Up next is how Binance is maneuvering the UK's changing rules. On October 6th, Binance announced the launch of a new domain specifically for UK users. The domain, www.binance.com/en-gb, is designed to align with the UK's new financial marketing regime, set to kick off on October 8th. This move comes after the Financial Conduct Authority announced an overhaul of marketing rules for crypto assets earlier this year. The regulator aims to ensure that potential investors understand the risks associated with digital assets. They're cracking down on misleading crypto ads and promotional schemes like refer-a-friend bonuses. Now, let's talk about what this means for Binance users in the UK. This new domain will offer services that comply with updated regulations. These services include fiat and crypto deposits and withdrawals, spot trading, margin trading, Binance Pay, and crypto loans. But some services will now be off limits. These include Binance gift cards, Academy, research, feed features, and referral bonuses. Binance isn't going it alone, though. They've partnered with RebuildingSociety.com Limited, an FCA-registered firm, to approve all their marketing and promotional material. This partnership is a clear sign that Binance is taking the FCA's new rules seriously. Now, let's not forget Binance has a rocky history with the FCA. Earlier this year, Binance withdrew its application for mandatory FCA registration. The FCA even labeled Binance's local entity as unregulated, triggering global regulatory warnings. Now, Binance seems to be making amends by focusing on compliance with the UK's new rules. The FCA isn't playing around either. They've warned that, starting October 8th, they will take action against firms illegally marketing to UK consumers. Penalties could range from restrictions and fines to potential imprisonment of responsible individuals. Binance's move is a clear indication of the shifting power dynamics in the crypto world. Regulatory bodies like the FCA are tightening their grip, forcing giants like Binance to adapt or face the consequences. This is a classic case of centralized authority clashing with the decentralized ethos of the crypto community. So, what happened? In the U.S. Capitol, Congressman Tom Emmer has sent hints at potentially favorable winds blowing in the regulatory landscape. With Kevin McCarthy out and pro-crypto figures gaining ground, there's cautious optimism that we might see balanced crypto laws down the road. The CFTC is contemplating action against Voyager Digital's former CEO. This adds to the growing list of regulatory bodies scrutinizing crypto enterprises, raising questions about the tensions between traditional finance and decentralized systems. Stars Arena faced a significant loss of 3 million AVAX tokens due to a hacking incident, casting doubts on the security protocols of the AVAX blockchain and serving as a wake-up call for decentralized platforms. Bakkt introduced a tokenized security product on Base, signaling the growing interest in integrating traditional financial instruments like bonds into the blockchain. Following the 2023 banking crisis, the Basel Committee is mulling over forcing banks to disclose crypto holdings. This move aims to enhance transparency and mitigate risks associated with crypto assets in traditional banking systems. Lastly, Binance is showing signs of regulatory compliance in the UK by launching a dedicated domain, a move indicative of the evolving relationship between crypto enterprises and regulatory bodies. Tonight's episode underscores the intricate dance between the crypto world and traditional power structures. From Congressman Tom Emmer's rise, possibly signaling a more crypto-friendly regulatory environment, to the CFTC's scrutinizing gaze on Voyager Digital, the line between regulation and innovation is being redrawn. Security remains a pressing concern, as evidenced by the Stars Arena hack, while tokenization efforts like those by Bakkt illustrate the ongoing fusion of traditional and digital finance. With the Basel Committee considering crypto disclosure requirements for banks and Binance taking steps towards regulatory compliance in the UK, it's clear that the crypto landscape is becoming more tightly interwoven with established systems. The need for vigilance has never been greater. As the world of crypto continues to evolve, so do the challenges and opportunities that come with it. And that's going to do it for us tonight. I want to thank you, my listeners, because when you stop listening, I will stop talking. If you enjoyed tonight's show, then please like, follow, subscribe, leave a rating or maybe a review. And in the meantime, we'll see you tomorrow night.